So because we can't go to shows, which is just very devastating, and even though some places are starting to open up, there's very few places where you actually see any live music, um, and that's probably not going to change for the foreseeable future, because places like Babes, Big Babes in South Portland, because of their square footage, they could actually legally right now only have 5 people in there, so that's just not feasible. So there are other ways you can support them. So I actually walked down there yesterday afternoon and bought this really cool trucker hat, and they have like sweatshirts and baseball shirts and a couple other really cool things, and you can find them online, and they have a Facebook page which tells you when they're open and when you can do curbside pickup, and they also have food and cocktails. So I'm going to try to do that this weekend. And then Friday night I drove an hour and 15 minutes, and I do it again each way, got curbside takeout gourmet food from Stone Mountain Arts Center. Carol is this phenomenal, other than being a phenomenal chef and venue owner and singer, but she's a chef like unbelievable. So the portions are huge. It's not cheap, but it's worth it. The food is delicious. I had a chicken pot pie, and my partner had veggie chili, and I dropped off a veggie pot pie to a friend for their birthday. So those are just little ways to help places, stay afloat and pay a couple of their employees until we're on the other side of this and they can actually present shows again.
Well, you've got a couple of shows that we're talking about. One of them is State Theater. This is a big thing happening.
This is so cool. It's their Conclave series. So it's a whole bunch of shows. I look at my cheat sheet. They've got Murcielago and Bell Systems, Mallet Brothers bands coming up. You can find it all on State Theater website, but the immediate ones, it's kicking off this weekend. It's a 1-2 punch. Friday night at 8 o'clock, you go to the State Theater Facebook page for Rustic Overtones. I love Rustic Overtones from the Empty State Theater. So the sound's going to be awesome. It's going to be a first-rate production. And then Saturday night, they're back at it with Ghost of Paul Revere. So they're kicking it off huge this weekend, and it goes on for several weeks. So that's really, really awesome. They're going to socially distance. They're going to do it right. They're only allowed to have a few tech people in there. So it'll be empty, like Dropkick Murphys just did from Fenway Park a couple weekends ago, playing to an empty venue, but countless amounts of people can stream it, which is really great.
Josephine County is your next show on the list. Live streaming?
Yeah, they're a Portland-based band, and they're sort of new-ish to me, and I was listening to them yesterday and love them. So they'll be an act I'll definitely want to see live when we're back into that. They play traditional band music, blended music, Ireland, Appalachian, French Canadian, Americana, and you'll hear fiddle and guitar and bouzouki and all sorts of vocals, flutes, whistles. They're a quartet, and I think that's going to be really nice. That's Friday, June 12th, from their Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Okay, show number 3. You're going to have to help me say this. Is it Sparksy Sofa?
I think it's Sparksy, and it's called the Sofa Sessions. So they put the artist's name, her real name is Chelsea, but she performs under the name Sparksy. And she is a really, really, very compelling vocalist. And she actually has a really cool video that you could see of with Holly Martin, is a woman who sailed around the world for a year on a 27-foot boat, and she left from Maine. And there's a video called Little Wooden Boat that Sparksy did using footage that she worked with Holly on this. Really cool. So check that out in your spare time on YouTube. But the show, 3 p.m. Sunday, June 14th. She'll be accompanied by Will Bradford of Sea People. He'll be, I think, doing some backing vocals and playing acoustic guitar. And it'll be indie folk, original indie folk, and another way to support a local artist.